there. What do we got today? The superhero standard, baby. How you feeling, coach?
Yo, what's up, Drew? What's up, everybody? What's up, Playbook?
Yo, baby. Hey, drop some superheroes in the chat. Drop some S's. I don't know if they got like a Superman emoji or whatever the trophy they gave you was like. It was like this. It was so badass. I
Yeah, I
was
was like a
jealous as
Superman. That
hell.
was sick.
I wanted one. I saw it when I was walking up to get my measly little award, and I was like, "Damn, who's gonna get that award?" And then it's my boy freaking coach, so I'm super stoked. Absolutely fucking awesome, dude. One question that I have for you, dude.
Go ahead.
It's going to revolve around this entire call is if you had to start today, after all you know, if you had to start today, what would you do different than you did? And what advice would you give to people?
Oh man, that's not like a quick answer, man. That's something we gotta kind of dive into.
That's exactly what we're going to get into today. I think
Let's do it.
the goal, bro, and you were telling me, and we were coming up, hey, what do we want to talk about? What do we want to talk about? Drop some ones in the chat if you guys want to, if you're a new agent and your goal is to be a $50,000 earner, not IP, a $50,000 earner by 6 months in the business.
Right? Even if you're not new, you're not at $50,000 a month earning. Like
Yeah.
this is also for you because you're probably thinking, what could I do in the next few months to change it, and what can I work on?
100%. And like what we talked about, we're going to give you guys a lot of freaking tangible stuff that you can go in and implement today. So if you want to hear, if you're brand new or you've been here 6+ months and you want to know how within the next 6 months, what can you do? What can you start today to start seeing $50,000 of pure profit, not this fluff deposit of pure profit? If you want to see $50,000 of pure profit, drop some 50Ks in the chat right freaking now. Yeah, there we go, baby. Come on. So the
Oh, it's flooding in.
first thing that we really have to dig into is if you were starting today, what would you, because you've been in it and you're making a ton of
Yeah.
money and you've made a ton of people a lot of money, let's not forget.
Yeah.
What are the actual realities that if you were stepping into this today before you made your first dial, or if you had to have one of those big resets and you're already in the business, what are the kind of realities that you would actually want to grasp and understand before you made your first dial?
And the first thing that I actually want to go into, even before we talk about the realities, right, Drew, is what you said. You said there's a lot of people. Not only did I make that amount of money, but I showed a lot of people how to do it, right? So if you're looking at Playbook when we first started, it was like something unheard of to make $50,000 in a month. Like that was something that we didn't even know if we could do, right? Now, fast forward to now, we probably have like at least like 30, maybe like even like, I don't know, maybe 40 dudes. How many dudes do you think we have making 50K plus?
Honestly, I think we probably got 40 between
Probably
like,
like 40.
yeah, between like the top producers and then like the top managers. I think we probably seriously have 40 plus people like profiting, like not fluff deposits, actually profiting $50,000 a month.
Profit. Which is insane to even think of, say, speak like that to me, like actually blows my mind. And like I said, when you kind of go back and you say, well, how do we get to 40 people making 50K when what, 2 years ago there that wasn't a thing. I don't think anybody on the team was making 50. I don't even know if Ronnie was making 50K 2 years ago. I don't think he was. I
Right.
don't think he was making 50K 2 years ago. So how do you go from 0 to 40, 50K earners in 2 years? And it's because every single thing that we've done in the last 2 years has made the road shorter and shorter and shorter to get it. Trial and error. Somebody figured it out. We're going to pass that message along to the next person. We're going to make it quicker for the next person to do it. And that's what this call's about. Because if I started again from day one, I know sure as hell it wouldn't have taken me like 2 years to get there. 100% it wouldn't have. And the goal right now is I think I could do it in 6 months. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Right?
Yeah,
So how
100%.
in 6 months, Drew? What was your question again? I know I got off track. What was your first question?
The first question is like before you start, what are the realities that you actually have to grasp? What's the mindset? What do you actually have to know? Like a lot of people, sometimes get recruited and they have this dream that's sold, or they have, some false realities that have been pushed on to them somewhere that's kind of limiting them from actually going to one, believe they can do it, which obviously we've debunked, but it kind of limits what they think they can do and what they think that they can put in and get out, right? So what are the actual
Yeah.
realities that you would want to understand before you get into this business?
Yeah, I would say the first reality you want to know is when you come into this business, the first thing I wanted to know is that I knew nothing. I wanted to be very much so open-minded and really believe that I have everything to learn. I don't know a single thing. That is the absolute first thing because once you have a clear mind and you know that you don't know anything, what you start to do is start to look for knowledge, you start to look for inspiration, you start to look for people who are actually doing it, and you start to think, what can I do that they're doing that I can copy? That is the absolute first thing, and take their advice because there's going to be a lot of people who are going to give you information, they're going to give you advice, and they're not qualified to speak on it. I think the people who give the most advice are the people with the least success, ironically enough, right? They have all the time
Mhm.
in the world. They'll sit down with you and talk to you, Drew, probably for a good hour, giving you advice. Because why? Because they're not working. They have so much time. Like they don't have
Mhm.
anything better to do but to tell you everything to do that isn't going to help you make money and give you terrible advice or maybe, pollute your head with like terrible things that aren't even really true. Right? So that would be the
Mhm.
first thing is know that I know nothing. The second thing is going to be just be very, very optimistic. I would say the highest amount of optimism possible, the better. And it's not optimism in a way where you just feel like you'll blindly figure everything out. It's optimism where you believe that if you do exactly what is basically laid out for you, which is work really freaking hard, put in, especially if you're new in the business, if you're putting in 80 hours a week, like they tell you to if you're new, right? Then on top of that, you join every single training. You're also coachable, right? And at the same time, if somebody gives you advice, you're taking it. If you have a bad day, 2 days, 3 days, it's a month in the business and you haven't made a single dollar, your optimism knows I've seen enough people be successful at this. I can be successful too. It's not a matter of if, it's when. And I'm following every single thing that somebody told me to do. And that person makes a lot more money than me. So I should trust him instead of everybody else or myself or even what I think myself because this dude makes a lot more money than me. And it's not just him. So many other people make a lot more money in this business than anywhere else I've seen. So there has to be something in common here besides just the fact of like, oh, it's leads or whatever it is that we're really good at. It's something else to have that many people. So sit back, do your job, lock in, focus, and just honestly have the most amount of optimism possible, but match it with work ethic and training and just investing in the business itself.
Mhm. So a lot of it is coming back to really being super, super coachable, having
Yep.
zero ego, and then working your ass off, right? Like those are
100%.
the kind of realities that you have to have. What is if someone wants to know like in their first month, what should someone actually expect to make if you do all this? Like I know we have a lot of people come in and they make, 20 grand their first month, but that's not the reality of it. What is someone actually gonna make their first month or second month in the business?
I always say my first month in the business, like you're talking about most of the policies you're going to sell is probably going to be for the month after. That's just how the business works. We don't want to sign somebody up for something if it's not a good time for them to pay for it. And most likely it's going to be more comfortable to make his payments right the next month when the first comes around. So your first month, I would say if you're able to just receive even a few deposits, like that's fine, but there's not really a number on it in my opinion. But the real
Hmm.
goal is to try to set up enough policies in that next month where you could possibly deposit $10,000 in that second month. That's what I would say. Like I'm working my absolute butt off in those first 30 days because there's two reasons, right? One, I'm trying to make money, obviously, right? We're all here to make money. Nobody came here to work for free. Second is going to be the more reps I get in, the quicker I'm going to figure this out. So if the average person can figure this out in let's just say 3 months in other agencies, the reason why Playbook is so successful is because we have so many hard workers. We're trying to figure this out in 4 weeks, 2 weeks, some people even in a week. I'm trying if I'm starting from day one, I want to be that person that figures that out first month. 100%. So before I even picked up the phones, I know that script like the back of my hand. Like I'm not gonna fumble a sale because I didn't know what to say next. I promise you that. I'm not gonna lose out on possibly, especially if you're in a position where your rent costs like $1,200 a month or $1,500 a month. Like you might fumble your rent because you didn't memorize the script. Like think about how crazy that sounds. Like you didn't do your homework, and we're talking about $1,000 commissions on the line. So I would know the script. I would join every single training, and I would do the things like the script trainings that's on the website where it's like I know the psychology behind it. I know how to build a good why. I know all the little skills. I know the absolute most somebody could possibly know without actually doing it. That's the way I would look at it. It's like being a doctor. Like, yes, you might not like know how to do an actual full surgery and you haven't operated on anybody yet. But it's like, man, I haven't operated on anybody, but I promise you, I'm really, really close to even knowing what to do because of how much studying I've done, how much practice I've done. I think I could possibly even do it if you just gave me the opportunity. Now, of course,
So
we're not gonna be at that point at day one, but that's where we want to get to.
so essentially what you're saying is like you should treat this like a full-time job before you actually even start.
100%.
A
1
hundred
million
percent.
percent.
1,000,000%. So being super coachable, working your ass off, obviously. And then the two things that you said that I really, really like are, and which is going to actually lead us into the next spot. Like the thing that we're going to talk about next, just so you guys know, is the first 1 to 3 months. Okay, so now you've started. What does the first 1 to 3 months, what should you expect to make if you do these things that he's about to tell you? And the first thing that you said was more reps, right?
Yeah,
So that takes me into kind of think, well, maybe it's not a skill thing. Is it a skill thing, coach, or is it a numbers game?
it's both. Like you could be the absolute best and you could be lazy and you're not going to get the same results. And you could be very, very, very hardworking without the skill, and that's fine. I'd rather be the hardest working person without the skill than to be the other way around. And it's like, and it's fine at first if it doesn't click, but that's kind of the point. You get enough reps to build the skill. And that's what people have to understand. It might come later for other people. Now, if I was month one in the business, and like I said, and I'm stacking up as many policies as I can, maybe try to get some deposits for this month if they're immediate, or maybe just like a third Wednesday and it's going to affect same month. Maybe it's going to affect the second month. But what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to capitalize on the Halo leads. Like I need to capitalize on this 8 week time frame that I have right now. Because over these 8 weeks, I have a non-risk, I have a free chance to sell a lot of insurance without spending a single dollar. So I'm setting myself up to buy it as soon as I can. Now, if I have enough success where in my first month, I'm looking at week 5, let's just say, I'm going into the second month, and I just deposited $8,000 already, I'm buying leads. I'm not waiting my full 8 weeks. Like I'm trying to go from 0 to 60K, 0 to 50K in what, 180 days, 6 months. So I'm not stopping myself from buying leads just because I have an opportunity to stay on free leads. No, I want to start investing as soon as I can. So if you're
Mhm.
at 6 months, I would say start buying leads, right? I wouldn't start with anything less than $1,200, to be honest. Like anything less than that to me is like, bro, like you if you could figure it out. Because I don't, 800 leads just isn't enough to actually like do damage. You need to start with $1,200, right? Now that month 1 to 3, like I said, now if I'm on leads, let's just say if people are moving at different times, it could be week 6 from you, it could be week 8 for somebody else, or it could be that ninth week he just got done with the Halo leads and he's buying leads. My goal from then on is I want to just prove it to myself that next following month after I started buying leads that I'm able to now produce off these leads $40,000. I want to be able to IP 40 grand. And it's not that hard. Like if we're really doing the
That's
math
month
now,
two.
it's
Month
not.
two.
Like I said, everybody's moving at different time frames. It could be month 2 or month 3 for you. It depends whenever you're able to buy leads. Like I said, if it were me and I was having success and it was week 6, I'm buying leads. If I didn't have the success early on, Drew, and I was maybe struggling and I needed that second month. Like I needed more time that second month before I could buy the leads. maybe then. But I would say that that area right there, when you start buying leads, that month two, month three, man, like I'm starting with $1,200. I'm dialing my tail off, and I'm chasing two things. I'm chasing $40,000, right? Because one, I want to be able to set myself up, because if you have a $40,000 month, I promise you, you're going to make enough money to take that next leap in the business. And plus, on top of that, I'm chasing a comp bump. I don't want to stay at the 85 comp. I want to go to 100. So if I could do that for the next 2 months, now I'm going to be getting paid more. I'm selling at a higher level. And then I instantly go, how can I reinvest back into a business? So now I'm going from, all right, I'm at $1,200. I just sold $40,000 because I grinded my tail off. Or even if I'm at $30,000, it doesn't even need to be 40. It just has to be enough to put a decent amount of money in your pocket. From there, I'm upping it to 1,500. Month four. So basically, month four, I need to get to $1,500 week spend. Like I don't care. I need to get there. I don't care if I have to work an extra 10 hours a week on top of what I'm already putting in, but I need to get to a $1,500 a week lead spend by month four. Like no ifs, ands, or buts.
So
Ands
so
or
we've
buts.
got month 1 to 3 is really late. I want to recap so everybody kind of really has this shit tangible and like written down so that you guys can go implement this and do this. Like he's not just up here talking to talk. Like he actually did give a lot of stuff that you can like what should your actual goals be like realistically what should your realistic goals be and I just want to kind of recap this for you. Month 1 to 3 is actually mastering the sell, right? So you start mastering the sell, so obviously your reps are super high, you're on every single training that you can be on, right? And then from there like that month one is where you go capitalize on the halo leads, right? So you're working your ass off, it's all pure profit, and you're putting as much money as you possibly can in your pocket to reinvest month two,
Yeah, I
right?
wouldn't
The
spend
early,
a dollar. I wouldn't buy a single piece of clothes. Like I wouldn't.
right. Like nothing, like all the money you make in month one and that fifth week should all be reinvested in month two so that you can actually have a leg up, right? And like that's why a lot of people fail. I was on a recruiting call with the guy earlier today. He's like, oh, I failed out of insurance once because I had to buy leads from day one. Like we fixed
Yeah.
that problem, right? So we fixed that problem. Like that's why 80% of people stay at Playbook is because of what we have with the Halo Lead Assist, right? Now the people that you
Yeah.
see that take all of their time up and they don't start buying leads till week 9, they typically tend to stay around 15 to 20K IP a month, right? And that's fine if that's what they want, but they're not making 50 grand a month. So that's not what you want to do, right? What you want to do is capitalize on your Halo leads, make as much money as you possibly can that fifth week. And I'm going to tell you guys, whenever you start buying leads, even if you start buying leads week 5 or week 6, you're still going to get the other weeks of Halo. So now you're getting all of the leads, right? You're still getting those leads. So now you have double the lead flow, if not quadruple the freaking lead flow, because you're buying leads now, and start buying leads week 5, week 6 at 1,200. Once you do that, you're seriously chasing 40K for 2 reasons. You're chasing 40K, number one, so you can put money back into your pocket so that you can continue to invest. And now you don't ever have to worry because once you're doing 30, 40K, the money keeps coming in at a consistent rate where you don't ever have to worry about your bills. All your bills are taken care of, right? So now it's like, how do we go make more money by doing the same amount of work? That's where 40K comes in. 40K gets you to what, 100% comp? 40K does? Or 105?
40K would have got you a 105 actually.
A 105. So 40K gets you to 105, right? When you get to 105, you're making over 100% comp. Now you're really making money. The name of this game is get your comp up to do the same exact amount of work and make more money. Like that's a 20% raise. If you guys don't know, from 85 to 105 is a 20% raise. Where do you ever get that? You don't, right? So the in the first 3 months, like you should get it by month. If you start buying leads as early as you can, you should be able to get that by month 3, so that by the time month 3 and 4 come around, you're making more money, and now you up your lead spend. So now take me, coach, into month 4 through 6, upping lead spend. We're upping lead spend in month 4 to 1,500. We've got our comp up now. What's next? to get to 50K.
If you want to make 50K profit, it's one, you want to make sure that you're buying back your time. That's going to be super, super key at this stage because you already showed that you're able to make money. You know, you're basically a money printing machine at this point. Like the more time that I invested into my dialing, the more money I'm going to make. The only thing that could stop me is not dialing. So I need to hire an admin. And the great thing about the admin is this is one of the main reasons why our business took off. When we found these admins that could literally say, "Hey, Drew, oh, you're just a producer. What do you need, Drew? 10 hours a week? That's it. Just for us to call every single carrier that you might have. And if they have an issue with a policy, you want me to give them a call. If there's you're wondering why you didn't get paid for something, I could call them for you. Or if you have any chargebacks, I can give them a call and get them back in the books for you. Then call the carrier and tell them, hey, redraft the payment for the 1st of March because his payment didn't go through. And it's like, oh man, so like I just got 10 hours back in my week. And it only costs you $100 a week to get somebody to literally take care of all the BS that you don't want to do. And I was telling this to one of my guys the other day, it's not just the 10 hours. It's not just 10 hours of not having to deal with BS that you don't have to deal with anymore. Like, obviously, that part's amazing, right? Because now you can put that time towards dialing. I was like, but also, you don't know how many times, even me myself, back in the early stages, I'd be so pissed that I just have to stay on the phone with America for an hour, get bounced around 3 times, and then end up not even getting my problem fixed. And now I have to get back on the phone and start dialing. I was already pissed off. Like I actually like I wanted to jump through the phone and strangle whoever was on America like that day. Whatever it is. We love America. We love America. We love all the guys there. But like that's the reality of it. And I was like, man, like I wish that I would just be such in a better state of mind knowing that I don't have to deal with anything except for making money. And
Yeah.
that's when a lot of people's business started to take off when we found these admins. So month 4, I'm seeing the success. I upped my lead spend to now $1,500, and I'm saying, you know what? Like I have the capital because, like Drew said, right? You just sold 40K. That means your bills are good. Like you're making good money. Now it's time to get to the next level. I need to buy my time back. So that's what I'm focused on month 4 and 5, you could say. Then when you get to month 6, if I'm at a really high level, I'm thinking about upping it up to $2,000. I want to be able to get to 2 grand. And a lot of people are scared about that $2,000 range because a lot of people just don't do it. But if anybody joined that Playbook HQ meeting on Tuesday, what is one thing that all those dudes up there had in common? A $2,000 lead spend. Not enough people do it. And I thought maybe it's like maybe it's us. Like maybe we just don't talk about it enough. Right? But think about it. Everybody up there was spending $2,000 a week in leads. And then people look around confused and say, well, how do I sell 100K? That's like, man, like, but do you have a $2,000 lead spend? No. Do you have an admin? No. All right. Well, he has 10 hours in his day more than you do. Plus, he probably works harder than you still. And on top of that, he has way more leads and he talks to way more people. So it's like fix those few things.
Expect. Like
Exactly.
what do you expect at that point, right?
And
So
then
so
so
now in month 4, month 6, like we've got lead spend. All right, we've got it to 1,500. Now we buy an admin, we get our time back, right? And then we
yeah.
double the amount of leads that we have coming in. Now the important part here is you've bought back your time. What do you do to actually start making more money? Obviously, we're gonna up the income by having more leads to spend. What else are we doing to get to that 50K level?
Well, what I would have done like from this is going to start from days -1, not even just day 0, -1. I would have started documenting my process on social media. I wish
Hmm.
I'd done. I wish I'd said, "Hey, I just started this new life insurance job. I'm gonna start sales. I'm gonna start virtual sales. Whatever, however I bought that on." And I said, let's see how this goes. And I did updates on it and letting people know this is what my progress looks like after 1 week, after 1 month. This is how much I just deposited in month 2. This is how much I just deposited in month 3. Month 4, my goal is to deposit $30,000. Let's see if I hit it. And I want it all documented on social media. I'm posting, I'm recruiting, I'm showing my success. I'm showing everybody around me success. And that's a huge thing too, is sharing everyone's success around you, especially if you're in an office and people see the office culture, the environment, everybody's making money. You see 50 sales banged out on the day. whatever it is you're posting, but I would have started posting from day one because I know even if, let's just say, some people might have better luck with posting, right? Sometimes they have a huge following already. You might have people in from day one, day two, month two. But all I know is the longer I am posting for, the quicker I start posting, I would say, the quicker I'm going to find recruits. I don't want to wait until month 6 and to have all this success already to say, you know what, I should start thinking about building. No, like I want to start day one. I want to see whoever I can attract to the business because I know this is another whole part of the business I can make a lot of income from, but I'm just holding off on it because I'm focused on the sales, which is great. You should be focused on the sales, right? Sales is what makes this business makes the business go round. Like there is no business without sales. Sales makes the business go round. But at the same time, if you could bring somebody in, and even if you don't know how to train them, but Drew Smith is your upline, and Drew Smith just showed 50 people how to make a shit ton of money in the last year, and he goes, you know what? But I don't want to bring this dude on because I don't know how to train him. Okay, fine. Let Drew Smith train him.
Right.
I'm sure he'll be in better hands with Drew Smith than you anyway, bro. I'm sure he's gonna show him how to make money more than you can. Like you just started. Let Drew Smith help him out. I've done that for a lot of my guys. You can ask just about any one of my guys, to be honest. They all my top guys recruited early on. And the difference was I let them do their thing. I let them dial. I kept them involved. I showed them what I did. I kind of held their hand with their first one, two people. And what they realized is when they were selling at they're selling at this 40K level 4 months in, and now they got three downlines. And it's like, holy crap! Like, how did I even get here? Like, I'm not even sure. All I did was follow the script they gave me. I followed the trainings that they gave me. I bought the leads they told me to buy, and then I posted on social media like they told me to. I got three friends. They helped train my friends. Now I make money off a team, and I'm selling a lot. How did I just make $50,000 in a month? It's that easy. People just don't want to follow it, and people just think that it's going to take them 1 year or 2 years to get there. I'm telling you, like I said when that first call first started, right, Drew? I said the road is getting shorter and shorter and shorter and shorter. It took me what? 2 years to get to 1 million. I was able to help Omar get there in 11 months, right? Who's next? Who's going to get to 1 million at 8 months, right?
Right.
And, and you don't need to get to 1 million. You don't need to make freaking multiple six figures like Omar. Like, don't get me wrong, that's amazing. That's nice to be able to do that within a year of being in the business. But like, let's try our best to at least get to 50 because it's super, super, super possible.
I seriously believe anybody can get to 50. Like if you work and you actually kind of want to get to 50, like some people don't want to, that's fine. But if you're someone watching right now and you're like, I really want to make like 50 grand a month, like you can. Like actually he did just give you, the timeline. Now, is there a lot of pressure involved in that? Yeah, there is. Like, of course, like you got to go perform month one to month three is super important. Like you have to have a ton of belief, you have to have a ton of confidence, all this stuff. You have to master selling, you have to do a ton of training. But dude, if you actually want to go do it, you can do it. I promise you, because the thing is like we say it over and over, you're not special, coach. Omar's not special. Most certainly the most flawed person that we might have in playbook, right? But it's like if I can do it, dude, then
Humble.
bro, I know you can do it. Like if I did it and it took like a year to do it or whatever, however long it took, you can probably do it faster than me because you're probably a little bit smarter and you're probably a little bit more talented. But do you want it, right? So
Yeah.
the thing we say, I always go back to this because Daniel G said this on a call one time. He said the only reason people don't make money or they don't get where they want to get is because number one, they don't want to. Number two, they don't know how to. So when you're thinking you don't know how to, I want you to rewatch this Closerz Academy that'll be recorded and put on to the Playbook website. I want you to rewatch this or call me or call coach or somebody that's doing 50 grand that you trust and you like, call them and they'll tell you exactly how to do it. So knowing how or not knowing how is never going to be your excuse. The only thing that can be your excuse is just that you don't want it, right? And that's easy to say, but that is the truth. Like if you actually do want it here, we show you how to get it because we've done it so many times over and over and over again. You just have to be coachable. Like you said, the reality is this business, you have to be super coachable. You have to act like you know nothing and implement everything. You have to have zero ego. You have to find the people that you want. Like if you resonate with Coach more than you resonate with me or Ronnie or Tanner or Omar, then you need to call Coach, even if you are under, like, I don't give a shit, right? It doesn't matter. Call someone that you resonate with, that you really, really like their results, who you want to copy. It's copy and paste. That's why I know you know how to do it. But you'll know how if you have enough work to find the answers that are literally all laid out in this call. Drop some ones right now if you're in this call and you've made $50,000 and this is exactly how you did it. Like if that, no matter how long it took you, drop some ones if you've made $50,000 in a month and these are the steps that you took to get it. I know that that's everybody that's made 50 grand because that's what they're doing. Like that's what we're all doing to make that kind of money. And it's copy and paste. But the biggest thing, coach, if you had to leave them with one thing and then we'll open it up with objection or not objections, I'm sorry. We'll open it up to questions is a lot of people are scared to reinvest. And if you go down these steps, this checklist of things I have written down right here in front of me, it's a checklist. There's about three, four different things on here that is investing. It's reinvesting. And if you don't do that, that's the thing that keeps you from getting to the next level, right? So
Yeah.
if someone's out there coaching, say they're here, they're in their 6 month, they're 8 month, or they've hit a year and they're only making 20 grand. Maybe they're scared to invest in themselves. How do you get someone to start investing? What would you say to that person who's like, I don't know if I should spend more than 800 or 1,000 or if I should go past $1,200 a week. I'm just not sure yet. What would you say to that person?
That's a great question. I would say honestly, man, I would look back and just look at his results that he has had already. Because I don't want to push somebody to spend more money on leads if I feel like it's not going to actually benefit you financially to do it. So if I look and I say, hey, like Drew, like you just sold 25,000, like it's solid. It's just about the average at Playbook, right? But I mean, you only spent $800 a week on leads. Now, Drew, think about it if you doubled it. I mean, what are you going to be at? Are you going to be at 15? Are you going to be at $1,500? Do you think that would probably help you get to 50? And even if you come short and you end up at 40, even 35, would if we break down the math, would you have made more money, Drew? Especially with the extra bonuses, the comp increases, things like that. Like, do you feel that do you honestly believe in your heart that it will not pay off for you to invest more money? And I think most people will tell you like no, like they've been on so many of these calls, like we've said it over and over again. They do believe it. It's just honestly, sometimes people just need it like just like somebody needs to like wake somebody up. I needed to be
Mm.
woken up at one point. I genuinely did need to be woken up at one point. And I always say this, it was when April came of 2025 and I looked and I no longer had the number one team in playbook for 1 month. I was like, man, this shit fucking sucks. And I was like, and what am I not doing differently? I look back and I'm like, I know I was told to invest more in my business. I don't have any staff. Like maybe I have to do that. I went and I had more. I went and I hired staff. Sometimes it's something that just small. And then next month I reclaim my top spot. Haven't left it since. Right. And I don't ever plan on it going away. But I as soon as I lost it, I said, how did I get here? Where did I mess up? Where did I go wrong? And I didn't have to sit there and think for like hours or days, Drew. Honestly, I looked at it and I was like, I literally just texted. I remember I texted Al and Joey Dawes, like, because we started business together. We have this chat and we always talk about work. I remember our numbers came out. I said, F this, I'm getting staff like immediately. Like this is never happening again. Right. And the funny thing is, I already knew it, is my point. But maybe I needed something to wake me up. Maybe if I had somebody to literally grab me and shake me and say, listen, bro, you could be doing so much more. You just have to believe and invest in the business more. And that was it. I bought staff. I started posting. I knew exactly what I was doing wrong. It's just I needed the kick in the butt to do it. So if you're at $800 a week lead spend and you have enough money in your account to up it to $1,200, do it. If you're selling $40,000 a month right now and you're at $1,500 and you're wondering if you should bump it up to 2 grand, do it. And by the way, if anybody here says I don't need to bump mine up to 1,500 or to 2 grand because I don't even get through my leads right now, you don't work enough.
Yep.
I start cracking up laughing when somebody says, "Yeah, bro, like honestly, I don't need to go to 2 grand, bro, because I'm backed up on my leads." I actually like start cracking up laughing. Cause I'm just like, bro, you basically just told me, coach, I don't work. I'm like, because
That's
I know how
exactly
much
what.
leads you get. We all get the same amount of leads from our lead spend. I still spend myself. I'm building, so I don't have enough time to spend $2,000. I actually don't. My team's $3 million a month. I actually don't have enough time to spend $2,000 a week on leads, but I still spend 1,500, right? And I'm just like, I know I get about 40 some leads a day. If you can't keep up with 40 some leads a day, I'm telling you, bro, you're basically unemployed. You basically don't even work. Like you don't have a job, bro. You got one downline and you spend $1,500 a week on leads, and you tell me that you don't have enough time to go to 2 grand. You do not work. That's the best advice I could leave anybody with.
Yeah, 100%. Guys, if you learned something, if you feel like you really did get the playbook on how to get to $50,000 a month, please drop some 50s in the chat. Please drop some ones in the chat, whatever the hell you want to drop, but let me see it. Like if you actually feel like you know what you can go and implement today. Like that was our goal coming into this call. And like that's what I really want you guys to understand is please today, this week, when you have the chance to go re-up the lead spin, when John Ramos sends you that text on Sunday night, like think about it. What do you need to go to? What admin do you need to hire? What do you need in your business to buy your time back right now? And go find the mentor and ask him, hey, what's the next step right now where I'm at? This is what I'm selling. This is what I'm making. I'm ready to go to the next step. And they'll give you guys this playbook because this is what we preach, in all of our managers' chats. Like, this is what we talk about. These are the things that we talk about. This is how you do that. Like, it's no secret and there's no like gatekeeping, right? Like, I know this isn't like a super sales train, like super big sales training, but it's a guide, it's a path to directly get you to $50,000 a month. And if you guys can't implement this, like we just gave you all the knowledge, now you just have to want to do it and go do it, right? Because you don't have a knowledge problem, you just have an implementation problem. And if you can't do that, no one else is going to come to save you. But I promise you, every single one of you is capable of doing that because a lot of it's just spending more money, which you can make. And then the rest of it's like having goals, having standards. That's it. Like being
Yeah.
super coachable, dropping your ego, and then going to get it done. But with that being said, guys, drop some freaking ones in the chat. Let's open it up to questions. Coach, take it away. You got all the questions, dude. Thank you, bro, for coming on. If you've got any questions, feel free to raise your hand or unmute and light them up.
Thank you, Drew. All right. Anybody have any questions? Open it up for a few questions.
Yeah, I got a question, coach.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
How's it going, brother? Thank you for the training, by the way. I kind of have like two questions. The first question is, as far as like a new agent, do you recommend that you spend leads like every week, or is it every couple of weeks? How is that working for a
Every
new
week,
agent? You
bro.
recommend every week
Every week. I would rather freaking like I'd rather do anything. I'd rather put my house for sale than to not buy leads that week.
for sure. The other question is, as far as so I'm at my third month already, but I haven't really getting too much results as far as like what I've been writing previously. I'm kind of at a point where I'm like struggling to like pay bills and like do lead spend. I have like a good amount on my account where I'm still able to like, spend, a good amount like a month in the lead weeks, I would say the lead spend. Where would you say, I guess, like as far as like a new agent, as far as like financially, when is the time to say, hey, let me spoil myself, let me pay my bills, stuff like that? When is that time? Like what number would you say would that be? As far as like
Well, that's the
deposit
thing,
stuff
man.
like that.
Like, you got to take care of your bills, like first and foremost, right? Like your bills have to be paid. We're not saying up your lead spend and don't pay your bills. We're saying pay your bills, invest in leads, invest in your business, and then go and spend it on all the other stuff that you might not need to spend money on, right? So pay your
Yeah.
bills, invest in your leads, and listen, if you're at a point where maybe you might absolutely have to for like a week, maybe turn it off, then turn it off, bro. Like nobody on a serious note, like nobody wants somebody to like be like worried about, getting evicted or something, or if whoever out there is like worried about, anything like wrong happening to the living situation because they couldn't buy leads. Like we don't want to get to that extent, but it's just like I said, people being irresponsible with their money, or just like right, Justin. Like imagine you were in this position because you just didn't work hard enough, not because of the financial situations and being in a hole. Like as long as you felt like you worked your absolute hardest to not put yourself in a situation, and you still end up in that situation, then maybe you have to cut corners somewhere with like leads for now. But at the end of the day, man, it depends on your where exactly you are financially.
Appreciate it, coach.
No problem. Anyone else?
Assalamu alaikum, coach. How are you?
Alaikum assalam.
I have a quick question. What would you say is like the best way, as an agent, over time within the next couple months as you're, building your own IP and everything, to start building your team? What's the steps into building your own team so then you could start being people's downline or uplines and whatnot?
Well, the easiest way to recruit in the beginning is going to be your warm market. Now, of course, you still want to post because believe it or not, I would say a lot of my warm market came from posting. But yeah, I would say easiest way to start building is start posting, start talking to people that you know. And like I said, even the posting might lead to talking to people that you know. Recruit one guy, two guys, whatever it is. Your upline will help train those guys. They'll help give you all the steps to make sure that this person on your team knows what you're doing and guides you and teach you how to build a business. And then from there, it's just rinse and repeat. Find more people to train. And then from there, I mean, there's a lot more into it than there. Like that's a whole masterclass, multiple week training that we do on it. But that's how you get the ball rolling is start posting and don't really I like if I would just start the business, like Nadir, you're what, 2 months in now?
No, I've been for a year and a half.
Oh, okay, different Nadir then. My bad. You don't have your camera on, so but okay, you've
My
been here
bad,
for a
my
year and a half. You're all good. But like I said, you've been here for a year and a half, right? So I would have just started thinking, okay, so you probably know the business like the back of your hand. If you don't have anybody on your team right now, you're doing a bunch of things probably like wrong. Like you probably don't have any social media presence. You probably don't promote what you do. You probably don't promote any success. I don't know your numbers personally, but also like it's hard to get people to back up what you're doing if they don't actually see some success from you. I don't mean that by just posting it, but like literally, like even if I didn't try getting a recruit, but if somebody pulling up in a new car that I grew up with, he's gonna be like, bro, what happened? Like, what are you doing now? So if you're a year and a half in and you're having trouble just even grabbing a couple guys, you got to reevaluate what you're doing. Like either are you selling enough, or are you, like I said, make yourself basically out there on social media. Yeah.
One second. Before we answer any questions, um, if you're a part of First Class or if you're a part of Wealth Wave, and we're going to get back to the questions here in a second. If you're a part of First Class or you're a part of Wealth Wave, make sure you stay on here after Coach answers this last question. We've got a private meeting that we're going to run. So, Coach, take this last question real quick, and then
All right.
and we're
Perfect.
going to run a meeting.
Perfect. Yeah,
All
we
right,
don't
yo,
want to
what's
do
up, coach?
that. So yeah, last call question.
Yeah. Hey, I'm Sino. It's the end of my first month in the business, and I hear a lot about people, building a team and whatnot. Can you tell us a little bit more about, what type of compensation you can get from having even like a 50K team, 100K team? Like, I hear the numbers, but what does that end up, bringing along for the
Yeah.
uplines? Like, you break that
So
down?
it's a little. So I'll put it like this, right? Remember we were talking about earlier about you getting your comp boobs bumped up. Right? So whatever you have somebody at, whatever somebody's compensation is at, and whatever you're at, you will get that difference. So if you just brought somebody in, everybody starts in at 85, you worked hard enough to get to a 105 or a 110, hopefully, you'll get that difference. Now, let's just say, to put it in simple terms, everybody on your team is at 85. You just recruited four new people. You're at 110 because you sold 50K back to back and you're crushing it, right? Now what you're at is a 25% spread. 25%. So if it's your team of 100,000, not including you, just the four guys, if those four guys at 100 grand, that means that you would technically make around 25 grand. Now, of course, cut out like chargebacks, cut out the like any like commission cuts that like if somebody sold like a GIWL, things like that. And then cut out like they get like, so you get 75% of your advance of your override just the same way they get 75% of their advance. So when you cut all that out, I always say whatever your spread is, cut it in half. So if your team did 100 grand and you had a 25% spread, you'll probably make around 13,000, 12,500, somewhere around that area, which is a lot of money to make from helping somebody else basically follow their goals and dreams. It's insane. Only 100 grand. Now, I know Drew and Tanner have to get on this call. Wealth Wave, and it was First Class only, right? Just those two?
If you're a part of First Class or if you're a part of Wealth Wave, stay on here right now. I've got something only for these two teams. I love everybody on this call, but I need everyone on this call that's a part of First Class and Wealth Wave to stay on here. I only need 10 minutes from you. I've got some crazy shit that you're about to hear real quick. Everybody else, thank you guys for getting on, Coach. Thank you, dude, for everything that you shared. It was literally the playbook on how we get people to make the money that we actually pride ourselves on making here because we like to not be fucking average, honestly. Like
Of course.
and when we get to 50K a month, you're not average anymore. That's when you start
Not
to
at
feel
all.
pretty good. That's when the
You're
world
a
is yours.
baller.
So, dude, thank you. Thank you so freaking much for pouring into us today and giving us everything that you have. Thank you so much, dude. Tomorrow, next week, on Closerz Academy is actually going to be fire. I'm not telling you the guest yet. I promise you, this person I've hyped up for like 3 weeks. I cannot wait to have them on. Please, 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 everybody, let's go for 300 freaking people next week, Coach. Thank you, dude. Playbook, thank you. Let's fucking go. We're going to Mars, baby. Thank you. Let's go.
Let's go. Thank you, Drew. Thank you, Playbook. Let's go to 30 mil.